going to be doing a general reading. Just trying to relieve some anxiety right now for myself. I am a Reiki practitioner and a reader. I'm from Minneapolis, Minnesota. And if you pay attention at all to what's going on, Minneapolis, Minnesota in the United States. So if you pay attention at all to what's going on, Minneapolis, Minnesota in the United States. So if you pay attention to anything that's going on right now in Minneapolis, we just had I think it was, I don't know if it's hundreds or thousands of ICE agents brought to Minneapolis, and already somebody was killed today. I today did not go to work. I work in a shop doing Reiki and readings. I did not go to work today. I have to ride a bus through the area where, if you are up on what's going on in Minneapolis, there's been a big fraud in the Somalian community with government funds, and so they're kind of doing their little sweep down one of our main streets in Minneapolis, and that is a street that I have to ride a long, slow bus ride down to get to work, and I don't want to do that. I carry my passport with me now, but it's very concerning. Someone was already killed today. I guess they were trying to get them to get out of their car. They didn't, probably because they're really scared, and now they're not alive. So anyway, to kind of ease the anxiety with me, I am going to do a general reading because the energy is intense. Last night I had someone threaten my life that lives in my home, and now I have to seek legal advice, legal protection for that. I'm trying to get, it's crazy. This person needs some help with mental health, but it's just a lot. It's a lot. So the energy is just getting to me, so I'm just gonna start because something needs to come out, and I feel other people are going through stuff too. I mean, I do readings for a living, and so I'm getting a lot of the same messages. It's kind of funny, on New Year's Eve I was doing a party in a restaurant, and it was two messages primarily, which were, you're in a relationship and one of you doesn't want to let it go, you gotta let it go, or you're gonna be made to let it go. The other one, it was you're on your glow up, you're doing your thing, things are going great, much deserved blessings coming in because it's what you've earned, and people around you hate you. So it was okay, somebody has small hands. I have this backwards. I'm not answering questions, just to let you know. I'm doing a general reading. Someone has small hands. Someone could be curvy. This could be the same person. These could be two different people. I didn't realize this is the deck. I have a bunch of my own deck. I'll incorporate other decks too, but it's just what, I don't know, it's just what I grabbed, and it's what I'm starting with. Someone's hiding some evidence. So if you weren't sure about that, now what I'm seeing right now is that could be in the form of even digital. So don't think just physical. Sometimes a lot of people are doing screenshots, videos, things like that. Beware if anyone has the ability to get into your pictures, videos, myself included. I have been around other people who have needed evidence, digital evidence, when they go to find it, to upload it to wherever they need to send it to, it has been deleted. I have met numerous people with the same story as me, go in for your evidence, and it's literally gone. So I've even made albums, so I thought I was doing, putting it all together, being organized, and someone went in and deleted my stuff, okay, in multiple places. So one was Google Photos, one was in emails. So someone's hiding evidence, okay? I don't know what kind, but that's what came to my mind first. I'm going to take a different deck. That's not where I want to start at. I was supposed to go to work today. Like I said, I needed to, unfortunately, I was not to go to work today. Like I said, I needed to, unfortunately, I was not able to get down and take care of, like getting an order yet. I'm going to attempt that tomorrow. Like getting an order yet. I'm going to attempt that tomorrow. I was like having like a war going on upstairs, and it's draining. So there's something, whatever is going on, you're probably getting to the point, if you're resonating with the evidence thing, okay, then you're being asked to get some professional advice and seek assistance. You may not know where to start, so depending on where you live and the kind of, like help your community has for situations like this, you might be able to just have someone help you find that, like where to start. Do you have to fill out papers? Do you have to like file a report? Do you have to... This is just like getting right to it. So, this is telling me that this is like a situation that this is like currently going on. You could consider this person like an energy vampire. When you're around them, you're drained. They want to like, and it's not even like feeling drained. Sometimes people feel drained, like sometimes people are very used to that, okay? And so that's not necessarily like the first thing I would suggest someone, like an indication of someone who's kind of like siphoning your energy. They could be like, they monopolize conversations and talk your ear off. They could, want to be around you a lot. They could not respect boundaries. So like, say this is, like in my case, right? Say it's a roommate, and I come home, we say hi to each other, and I might be like, they might ask me, "Oh, what are you doing? You want to hang out?" No, well, I'm just gonna go chill, and had a long day, whatever. And they know, so they know that I've had a long day. I'm gonna go in my own space and relax, and everything seems fine until a couple hours later, there's been some type of, issue started amongst that person and someone else, and all of a sudden they need to be in my space. I gotta get away from them. I hope you can understand. I just need to get away. I don't even know where to go, like, can I just hang out down here? I'll just leave you alone. But then they get on the phone and they're talking to their friend, or they're crying, or they're just laying there and they're crying and weeping. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do this. And it's like, you're looking like now, if you're over it, okay, because they're going to take advantage, especially if you're like a kind, compassionate person, they're going to pull on that, right? And so, depending on where you are, if you have been through something like this and you're healed, you may look at that and go, hey, I can, feel for you. And I also told you at that and go, hey, I can, feel for you. And I also told you that I need my time. And, you know, I understand you need some space, but this is my space, you know, or maybe you're not that far along and they will have your shoulder to cry on and they may sleep on the couch, you know, and not leave until the middle of the night and maybe continue to fight upstairs. I mean, that's the kind of stuff. So it's not just like, oh, you're around someone and you feel drained, because not everyone picks up on it. They may feel it, they may not pick up on it, they may not connect those dots. So what is the issue? What's going on that the collective needs professional advice for? So someone is using, or, you know, dark magic to manipulate whatever situation's going on. Okay, so now people might hear that, you know, the average person, I feel like when I have clients come in, I don't expect the average person to walk in and you know, be like, I knew they were doing some spell work. Yeah, I don't expect that. Now, I do personally, you know, it depends on who you are, you know, what kind of stuff you're into. Are you spiritual? Are you a very religious person? You know, do you have a lot of envious people around you? It doesn't necessarily have to mean that they're going and they're summoning things and their candle work and all this stuff, chanting or whatever, you know, you've heard, seen, imagined. It doesn't mean it has to be like that. It could just, I mean, I had this coworker, I worked with, and she would tell me she was in a relationship, the person broke up with her, and so she would be at work and you know, she just can't accept it. A lot of times people who go to spell work, they can't accept their reality. They won't accept their reality. They want to win at all costs. They have no respect for boundaries because, I mean, hold on, I will not say that, but I will finish the story I was talking about, which was when this girl got dumped, because she got dumped, she would just continue, and she said she was looking up stuff on Etsy, different spells. I told her to not do that. You don't know if someone's spiritually protected. Why do you want to bring that karma onto yourself? Move on. You know, rejection was for your benefit. You want to bring that karma onto yourself. Move on. You know, rejection was for your benefit. So appreciate it and move on. Better things are to come. Instead, she just constantly cursed these people. I want their relationship to end. I want him to be hurt. I don't want her to stay with him. I want them to have a horrible... That's still throwing that intention, that low vibrational, it's malicious intent. You know, it's taking no accountability for oneself or what you may have contributed to a situation to have your ass left. So whether they are truly doing witchcraft, spell work, sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. I just, and trying to harass me. So anyway, sorry if you heard that. I'm just gonna let it go. I'm not answering personal questions. I want to let you know too, my vision, my eyesight isn't the greatest, and that's partly why I'm not doing questions, but the energy was so strong, and the stuff that's happening around me, the person that was unalived in Minneapolis where I work in Minneapolis. ICE unalived someone this afternoon or this morning. I'm glad I didn't go to work. I am worried about coming in contact with them. I am worried about that. I am concerned. I am considering not going back to work. I am a Reiki practitioner for my job. I have to go to a shop, and I have to go through the Somalian and Mexican neighborhoods on the bus. I'm Mexican American, and it's freaky, guys. It's really freaky, you know? So I need to, like, get some of this anxiety off. And it's been, like, so strong. Like, Lisa, you gotta do these cards. You just gotta do these cards. So that's what I'm doing. There's an energy vampire, someone basically who's not respecting boundaries. Let's just simply put it that way. Someone who doesn't respect boundaries and has they're a kind of person who would hold a grudge. They're a kind of person who would retaliate. Okay, so that's what I'm getting from the dark magic to manipulate. They could have small hands. Someone could be curvy. You're being asked to seek some assistance with getting professional advice. This is going to be something where facts are going to be checked. No need to embellish. No need to exaggerate. If you cannot prove it, don't even claim it, okay? Because whoever this is for you is a very nasty person. It's a very nasty person. And I'll tell you right now, there is no remorse. They have no remorse. They want to hurt you. If they do something and you don't show that it hurt you, and I'm not saying you should, we don't need to give them that, because that is what a vampire would do. That's what somebody who uses your energy to fill up would do, is throw some rocks, watch for a reaction, and then they get filled up. We don't need to give them a reaction. This is someone who needs some help. Okay? I mean, if you need to, you can even pity this person, because it's going to take a long time for this person to get to where, you know, they can start, like, actually getting something, you know, putting something into their life, getting something back from life. I mean, it's a long damn time, because right now they're focused on the wrong thing. But this person is hiding evidence. And with check the facts, they're probably saying that they, like last night, okay? So last night I was speaking to one of the officers, and we stepped into the garage. And the other person that was threatening me, they were talking to the other officer outside of the garage. Well, this person that lived with me, she kept yelling, "Hey, Lisa, get out of the garage. I know you're trying to steal shit. You're always trying to steal shit." You know, I looked at the cop and I'm just like, do I have to leave the garage? It's not even our house. And he's like, no, you don't have to go anywhere. But it's not true. I haven't been stealing things. But the fact that this person will do things like that. And then she said, I have 200 videos. So she was trying to show cops videos of what I don't know. She says she's got me claiming things and agreeing with she was trying to show cops videos of what I don't know. She says she's got me claiming things and agreeing with her. I don't even know what she's talking about. But anyway, I'm not worried about that. It's just this is the kind of person who's going to fabricate things, and we don't. Now, she was claiming she had videos of me backing up what she was claiming about against someone else, and she doesn't, because I don't even agree with what she was saying. I don't believe the things she's been telling me. So she has no video or recording of this. But, you know, things like that people will listen to, okay? Things like that people will listen to. If they know people that maybe you have mutual connections or something like that, this person, better believe, this person is going to find out who is supportive of you. Well, maybe we need to have a little talk. and they're going to try to find ways to put cracks in foundations of your support, people who support you. So there is an opportunity. It is good for you. It's worth taking. Although I do feel like at this time, there can be multiple opportunities presented. So please don't jump at the first thing. I know this is backwards, sorry. Don't jump at the first thing. Check the facts. Check the facts, okay? If you are in a financial bind, please remember all money is not good money. All money is not always tied to good energy. Please remember that. You don't want to get, in a position where you hastily made a decision because you were desperate to get out of a situation, and then you only found yourself in another situation where you're like, yeah, I kind of thought that might be a red flag, but it's like it showed up at the right time. And yeah, you got to be careful about that, okay? And then as I look down, we have do not sign, okay? So check the facts. Don't if you were my friend and you had an opportunity and you were in a situation like we're getting right here, I would just suggest that you just take a little time, explore each one, weigh out pros, cons. You can also there's this is just like a side note thing, but so there is this therapy called DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy. And so if you're trying to weigh something out, trying to come to a decision or something, right? You can do a pros and cons list. People know what that is. What's the good? What are the benefits of this? What are, the drawbacks of this, whatever. But you can also do another list. What are the benefits if I don't do this? What are the drawbacks if I don't do this, okay, or don't pursue this? So benefits to pursuing, benefits to not pursuing. It's looking a little bit, it's like looking at both sides, okay? Because we think of pros and cons as both sides, but that's only if I pursue something. Sometimes there's benefits if we don't. Or there's drawbacks if we don't. So just felt like I needed to put that out there. I'm looking for a specific deck. So just give me a minute. Here it is. Again, I was going to go to work. The plan was to go to work until last night. Then it changed to going to the courthouse. That did not happen until last night. Then it changed to going to the courthouse. That did not happen because I was going to go with another person, and that person, whatever. Anyway, I really hope that they take this situation seriously because, the person that we're trying to remove, I had to lock myself in my room. I had to call the cops a second time because she was telling me she was going to kill me. She was trying to get in the room. Then she was texting me from upstairs. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Oh, should I call the police? Stop acting like you're scared of me. Like, I am scared of you because you're acting unhinged, psychotic, you're showing absolutely no remorse. You're getting more aggressive, more cruel. This was a person who was a friend of my son's. My son passed away in 2017. This person was doing me a favor because I relocated, and they're letting where they were living with their partner. Their partner allowed me to stay with them temporarily. It's been shit because of this other person, and everything just hit the fan last night, and we have a, sorry it's backwards, but there's a plot to unalive someone. So let's start finding out, what is this? Why? Tell me the situation for the professional advice. What are some of these situations for needing professional advice? So, where'd it go? For needing professional advice. So, where'd it go? Okay, so we have danger and stolen inheritance. Now, this could all tie together for some people, and for others, it could be that only some of these things apply to your situation, if this is resonating for you. So we have stolen inheritance, a plot to unalive someone. We have someone's trying to protect a PDO, someone has falsified documents. So hopefully when somebody is checking the facts are being checked, this may come out. This may be the evidence that they're hiding, some type of evidence of something being falsified, or the evidence of the truth, something like that, okay? Something could have to do with opioids. Now that's interesting. So like I said earlier, my son passed away. This is actually, I mean, I know you can't really see it, plus it's backwards. Says, remember me. This is a picture of my son. He's looking up at the moon. I think it was the moon, or it was sunrise, something like that. It was not, I wasn't there. But anyway, my son was addicted to opioids. Somebody might be trying to say you're addicted to opioids, or this might be a way that this might involve that plan. That the plan might involve that plot to unalive. Someone may have hacked or cloned your phone. The people who gave my son the drugs, he had an overdose. My son passed from an overdose. And I'm not doing questions. I'm actually just doing a general reading. Yeah, so at this time I'm just doing a general reading. But opioids were involved with my son. You're being asked to move away. I'll take that advice too. You're being asked to move away. I'll take that advice too. You're being asked to move away. There isn't any love. So, kind of like what I was saying about this person who was threatening to unalive me last night, who was a friend of my son's, and my son is gone. I've also had a lot of crazy things going on where I have some not the greatest people kind of watching me and stuff. So this person's very aware of this, and they just got nastier and crueler, the things they were saying, what they said they were going to do to me, you know, how they're going to, like, basically try to destroy me and my life, because I wouldn't back her up with her false claims against another person. I wouldn't do it. And so then my home was threatened. I was told I'm going to be homeless. I live in Minnesota. Then I wake up this morning because I was going to go file a report and try to get an order for harassment. I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow. It didn't happen today, but so I was supposed to work today, and I work at a psychic shop. I'm a Reiki practitioner and a reader. So but I didn't go in, and then I just went to the store to get a drink, and they have the news on, and ICE showed up in Minneapolis. I work in Minneapolis. I showed up in Minneapolis, and now we have one person unalived because apparently they didn't get out of their vehicle. I showed up in Minneapolis, and now we have one person unalived because apparently they didn't get out of their vehicle. So I'm really thankful that I didn't go to work, but now I'm wondering if I should just end that job because I don't want to I have to ride the bus. You know, ICE agents, I think if they wanted to, they could literally like get on the city bus and tell everyone to pull out their ID. I mean, if they wanted to. The bus that I take has to go through the Somalian and Mexican neighborhoods that are the neighborhoods being targeted right now by ICE. So it's like home doesn't feel safe. Going to work doesn't feel safe. Going outside doesn't feel safe. Like, I don't know. So I needed to do something. I needed to get rid of this energy, and I was being told by my guides that there's this message that needs to get out. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not you're in Minnesota. Well, yeah, I don't know if you heard about the person. Thank you. I appreciate, you know, people's like concern and all of that, my well-being. Thank you. It's very unsettling. I mean, I'm born and raised here. Doesn't really matter, apparently. Doesn't matter. We're feeling it. We're really, really feeling it. Like where I work at the psychic shop, we got signs, the neighborhood got signs saying like ICE is not allowed on the premises or whatever, but the owner won't in because they feel like it's gonna target, and some of us employees don't want to be like feeling like we're going to get harassed. So, you know, that's one measure that they took, but I got to ride that long bus through those neighborhoods. I don't have a car right now. Even if I had a car, I'm considering buying like a freaking blonde wig, you know, and wearing sunglasses or something just to like be able to get to work safely. But I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, this person that in my home, there's no remorse. There's no love here. No love. So if you are in this situation here with this unalive plot, stolen inheritance, falsified documents, hiding evidence, if any of this feels like this is yours, please, if you are at a point where you don't know if you should take action because you know these consequences could really impact someone's life, that's something they need to think about. That's not the part. You're not being brought this because you need to consider that. They need to consider that. You are being brought this situation because you're supposed to take action. And if that person wants to ask me, which I won't answer, but if that person wanted to ask me, why are you being like this to me? Why would you get a restraining order against me? You know, like, don't you care? It's not about if I care about you. It's about, do I care about me? And yeah, I've been through way too much, and I've left it in the past. I came into this situation. I needed to stand up for myself. I needed to do something. I did. I'm going to more take action, you know, like legally. But please remember, it's not your problem, to consider that someone, their future could be impacted if they get a felony, or they can't pass a background check for a certain job, or they can't work with a certain population because they have something on the record. That's not your issue for a certain job. Or they can't work with a certain population because they have something on the record. That's not your issue, it's their issue. Because they don't care. And like I said, they're going to be cruel. And if you don't show that it hurts, oh, well then let's see if this hurts. That's the kind of person we're dealing with. Serious mental issues. That's the kind of person we're dealing with. And I'm not knocking people for having mental issues. But they don't need to then create problems and terrorize people and, feel that they are entitled to now destroy your reputation and life just because they don't got shit going for them. This person doesn't have a fucking pot to piss in. They don't have a job. They don't go to work. When they do, they sleep all day. Then they wake up and they storm around, and they don't have a job. They don't go to work. When they do, they sleep all day. Then they wake up and they storm around, and everyone's got to walk on eggshells. Then they continue to get freaking plastered, and then they're opening the door and being a what is that called, disrupting the peace outside, disrupting the peace inside, scaring the animals inside. I mean, it feels like a demon lives above me. I mean, when this person wakes up after sleeping all day, they might wake up at like 9 p.m. and it's just stomping and roaring. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy. For you to leave. So we have move away, time for you to leave. It's definitely, if you are wondering if should I leave, should I just kind of wait it out, even in my situation, even when should I leave, should I just kind of wait it out, even in my situation, even when hopefully I get a harassment order put in place. If that happens, and this person gets evicted and the other person that lives here puts their order in place, I still need to move. I still need to move. I still need to leave this environment. For some of you, this person has had relations with someone you dated. This could have been someone you were in a relationship with, a marriage, just friends. This person, these people, these types of people are going to look for ways to hurt you because they don't want to feel whatever they're feeling. So, for ways to hurt you because they don't want to feel whatever they're feeling. So, they're gonna look for ways to hurt you. There's some type of a gift someone might offer you. You're being told that it's okay to accept it. It's safe to accept it. Consider where it's coming from. Remember, all money isn't good money. Some money comes with that karma. So, if you are in a financial bind right now, things are a little tight, there could be someone who knows that and they may want to help you and have good intentions. Someone else, depending on the people around you, may know that about you and want to, it may be a way for them to try to offer some type of, without an apology, offer some kind of extension, of like I said, they're not going to apologize, okay? So a good gesture type of thing. because I was telling you that there's an opportunity this came up. This opportunity is good for you and worth taking. Okay? But there could be other opportunities and you just need to use your discernment. So this could kind of be the same thing where but there could be other opportunities and you just need to use your discernment. So this could kind of be the same thing where someone might be trying to offer you something. You may have a couple of offers, and one, if it's tied to like some ulterior motive, I feel like the delivery of this offer is going to be very telling, and the source it comes from. Just be mindful. Your intuition has saved your life many times. So this tells me that whoever resonates with this message right now, you have been through similar, maybe not similar situations with like the actual like details involved, but situations where you really, it was almost like a survival mode type of, maybe that's where you kind of, it brought you to like almost like a survival mode. But because of that, you were like probably hyper focused on, like your moves that you're making, like almost, maybe I'm getting kind of like a paranoid, like, say someone, you had like someone breaking into your house and they don't necessarily know you're in the house, but you're trying to be like very quiet, strategic, you know the layout of the house, you can go this way, but you can't make, it's like that's kind of what I'm getting, is that you may have had to operate like that, and it saved you many times. So you may kind of feel that instinct coming back up. Trust it. Trust your intuition. I'm not saying you have to operate like you're, scared. And look, dirty offer, bribe. You see what I'm talking about? So yeah, be careful and be smart, be wise, use your wisdom. You don't have to, even if someone's trying to pressure you because, well, I need an answer. I thought you were going to kind of just like jump at it. I need an answer. That's because they thought you were going to just take it. And because you didn't take it, now they need to put a little pressure on you, because what you mean there might be a possibility you don't take my offer. This is a way I'm going to stay connected to you. What do you mean? Like, well, look, if you're trying to offer me something nice, what are you pressuring me for? Like, I don't, okay, so if you are someone who sees a therapist, you may need to switch therapists. I will say, okay, somebody, yeah, they lied to the cops, okay? So we have falsified documents, hiding evidence, lying to police. Your sister or a sibling could be involved, someone that you consider like a sibling or a sister could be involved. Someone who has missing visible teeth as well. Maybe your sister has missing visible teeth. Maybe someone else, but this, if someone like this, they're involved. What I was going to say is, I don't remember. Let me see. Okay. It is dangerous. There's a lot of people, your dreams will come true. Mine as well. So this has a very envious, jealous, energy to it. So you're probably somebody who has been working on themselves, and there's obvious improvement. There's an obvious change, a difference about you. And people sense that. And with that comes, like, it's like you trigger people, because we are reflections. People reflect us, okay? But they don't reflect us only like in our current state. Some people are reflecting our past. Some people are reflecting who we could be, a future self, or not a future, but like what we see as the future, even though it's another, just an adjacent self. But there is a lot of envy and jealous energy around. So this is another indication of who this person is. This could be someone that is going to, like, they're going to try lots of different ways to manipulate. They may say they're sorry, but I wouldn't necessarily take it as a true apology, because if that doesn't work on you, you will immediately see a different side. Like, this person could go from like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, please, I'm so ashamed, don't hate me. What? And you're telling them, like, you know what, I don't even want to really hear it. I just can't, I can't do this anymore. I'm sorry myself that I think it's better that we don't even talk anymore, and I want you to leave me alone. You might see like, ugh. Oh, really? Okay, bitch. Like, whoa. That's not really how someone who's sorry acts, okay? So be careful of the emotional manipulation. Them saying like, I want you, I need you in my life, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. No, they gambled your loyalty to them. They gambled your relationship. They gambled your love. And they said, maybe I don't need you. You're not going to give me what I want, and you're not going to do what I say. Well, maybe I don't need you. You're nothing to me. But then you're like, cool, bye. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're nothing to me. But then you're like, cool, bye. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come back here. Get back over here. Let me say I'm sorry. Here, let me give you a gift to keep you connected to me. Be careful of that. Let me give you a gift to keep you connected to me. Be careful of that. Some people this is their first time around dealing with stuff like this, or they've been through this kind of loop a lot, but they haven't gotten away yet. This might be your first time getting away. So if you are hell-bent, you are determined, I'm getting myself out of this time, please understand, you could have many things thrown in your path by people. They're going to try everything they can because they want to win at all costs. And why do they do it? Because they can. They can. Because nobody told me I can't. In my case, I feel like traumas that had happened to this person were not dealt with. And by themselves, but maybe they were too young, by who was caring for them. It wasn't handled. So temper tantrums were tolerated and allowed. And now we have someone pushing 30 years old who's acting like they're 2, and everyone's supposed to be scared and fall in line. And hey, I've done a lot of healing. It took me 4 years to get out of the last one. I had a bag packed for 4 years, and I moved different residences with this person during those 4 years. And every time I'd pack a new bag and hide it. It took me 4 years. And you better believe when somebody's going to pull this kind of crap with me now, I'm not even dating her. Like, she's just my roommate. Okay. She's a friend of my kid, and my kid passed away. And she's telling me I'm a horrible mother, all these things, like just to hurt me, because I wouldn't call the police on someone who didn't do anything. She just wanted to retaliate. And you know what? Even if I would have, she would have been back here. She would have been back here. So why would I have done that? It was like someone was trying to set me up for me to be homeless, basically. Well, I'm not stupid. And I'm also not like unethical, immoral. I don't call the police on people for no reason. Even if I see something happen, I might call you an ambulance, but I'm not going to say I saw something that I didn't. I'm not going to say I heard something I didn't. I'm just not going to do that. And the person can hate me. I don't care. I don't care. I will be there and help you in other ways. But lying, especially to the law, I'm a reserve officer as well, okay? I work with the police. I'm not doing that. So you may have someone around you who wants to like get you in hot water. You know, this person wanted me to claim things happened. I'd have to like stand in a court and back this up. What? I can't even believe somebody would threaten to put me out on the cold street in Minnesota if I don't do this. This is crazy. This person is acting like they're totally innocent. I will never cheat. Bull. That's what dark magic is. It's cheating. It's people who can't accept what is for someone else. They want what they want, and they'll do whatever it takes to get it. If I curse you or pay someone to light a candle, whatever. This is crazy. This is a person who takes no accountability. No accountability. And they're also doing nothing for themselves right now. This is a person who's currently doing nothing for themselves. I feel like if they even make it to work, you know, maybe that's all they're doing. If they even make it to work. They're trying to be perfect. You don't need to try to be perfect. You need to work on healing trauma, because you're hurting people. You're hurting people because you're hurt. You're a hurt person. Hurt people, hurt people. No need to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. It's silly to try to even attain it. And again, it's poor me. I'm trying to be perfect. I'm trying to do. Get over yourself. Crocodile tears. Crying wolf. Playing the victim. I feel like I'm losing it. You better believe they do. You better believe it. Because they are not taking care of their mental health. They are not taking care of their mental health. And they have serious mental health issues. Serious. I'm not talking about someone who's depressed, who's anxious. I'm talking about people who plot, who cheat, who bring in other people, who try to dismantle. That's what I'm talking about. Money is coming in for you. This could be the gift. Just use your discernment. Make sure it's not any way tied to this person or these people, because there's more than one person. They're going to want to talk. In my situation, that will be a no. I'm not even going to say no. They've stopped since early this morning, but they were still calling me, and because they did leave in the middle of the night. They actually did leave. I don't know how they left because their car is still here. Someone must have come and got them. I don't know if they plan to come back. They actually have a legal right to. But last night, I was in the other room, locked in there, had to call the cops because she's trying to get in and she's telling me she's going to kill me. She's going to unalive me, okay? This is going to... Oh, I have to do this puzzle thing. Hold on. Okay. This could also be like an ex, somebody who's going to say that, you know, they want to come back, whatever. I don't even want to get into that. If you know, you know. Okay, yeah, this is the kind of person... This is either you or them. Believe what you want. I don't care. You might be at that point. Like, you want to believe your story, your narrative? No problem. You know? I mean, when I was told last night, well, I've got 200 videos. Maybe I need to go get them before the cops show up. I was like, yeah. Probably, I guess. Go grab them. Go grab your videos and your files or whatever the heck you got. Okay, I mean, get ready, I guess. I don't know. They know that they can't replace you. They know that you're either a very good friend, you're a good support system, they can't replace you. They know that you're either a very good friend, you're a good support system, you know, whatever. They know they screwed up. Will they admit it? No. I feel like, too, the energy is so, like, the Tasmanian devil that they're not even, like, really, thinking at all about... It's just like everything's happening to me. It's all happening to me. You know, the victim. So there's no reflection. It's just replaying, like, the tape where they're the victim, okay? So if this person pulls away, like there's a separation, and you think that they're maybe like, you know, you think to yourself, you know, I haven't been around this person for 2 weeks. In the 2 weeks, I've been trying to, you know, focus on this and that, because, you know, this chaos is finally not in my environment, or I've moved away from it, whatever. But, you may think to yourself, well, they've got to be thinking about stuff too, right? They've got to be kind of reflecting and stuff. No, this person's not reflecting. There's a kind of reflecting and stuff. No, this person's not reflecting. There's a different R word that they're doing. This person is ruminating. This person is obsessing, but they are not reflecting. When they're playing that tape of what happened, it's all the things that it's all happening to them. It's crazy. It's like they're being treated so horribly. It's totally unfair. It's not just. It's like ganging up on someone. Like victim mentality, but way to the extreme. Okay? There is someone that could be around you. This says you weren't what I expected. There could be someone around you that may have an interest in you. This is someone else. I feel like this is someone else. So I don't know if this is why this is coming out. Let me see. I feel like that's someone not coming back. I feel like, I mean, if this was my situation, geez, fingers crossed, you're not. Thank you. That would really help the situation a lot. Unfortunately, in my situation, this person still has their stuff here, so they also haven't been, they haven't gone through the process of being like actually evicted, so there's a very good chance, I mean, if they wanted to call and come back, like legally, I think they can, which just means, I mean, when I called the cops the second time because I was locked in the room and she was telling me she was going to kill me, the cops were talking with her outside, and they called me, and I was talking to them on the phone from my room, and I told them I'm scared, I don't feel safe, her partner, the owner, isn't here right now. If they were here, I would feel safer, but they're not here, and this person is targeting me. Now they're focused on me, and I have to like literally lock myself in the room. I can't access the bathroom. I can't take my dog outside because she's right there. And they said there was nothing they could do about it unless she actually physically attacked me. Which I was like, are you kidding me? Wow. So I feel like we have not coming back. We have time for you to leave, move away. Just the energy I'm picking up, you're out of control. The person is they really are out of control. This is why they're not going to be able to come back. But if there aren't things put in place, I can almost guarantee you there will be another round until this, because the door hasn't been shut in some of these cases yet. It's like prolonging the inevitable, but it's so like, the energy is so chaotic. It's so aggressive. It's so intense from these people. It's so aggressive. It's so intense from these people who are absolutely resisting change for themselves. They're resisting change for themselves. They're not in a good situation. They know they're not even in a good situation. Nothing's working for them. They're making no progress. These are people, their money's not good right now. Their relationships aren't good right now. They're trying to hang on to a narrative. Well, this is what happened, and they did it to me, and why would they do it to me? Like, they don't even, nobody appreciates all the things I've been doing. It's like they're just so out of control. The energy is like, there is another person. Oh, this is what I'm saying. The divine universe is waiting for you to make a decision. Yes. This is slowing things down. People have to make a decision. I'll say it again. I said it earlier. If you resonate with any of this, someone who stole inheritance, someone who has a murder to unalive someone, potentially, possibly it could involve opioids or fentanyl. It could involve a sister, a sibling who's lied. Someone has lied to the police. They have falsified documents, hiding evidence. Someone wants to give you a gift. There are two different offers that are going to come in. One is safe, one is dirty. It is for you to discern which is which. You need to make a decision. If somebody, like in my case, right? Let's say somebody does some crazy crap and they're facing like a charge, right? And you're sitting here going, well, I mean, we have a court date, but if they can just leave me alone, I guess I'll just drop it. No, not with this person, not this time, not this situation, that's not what I'm getting. In this situation, action must be taken. We have get professional advice. In this situation, there is no remorse. In this situation, this person won't stop. They won't stop until they believe they have defeated you. And if that means that they need to take action to do things to dismantle or destroy anything you've worked toward, reputation, connections, anything, they're gonna do it. So in this situation, action must be taken. We can't tell ourselves, but if they got like a felony, I mean, that could impact their job. They should have thought about that, right? They should have thought about that. Because wouldn't you think about that? I mean, wouldn't you? If you didn't, then if you're in this situation, it applies to you too. That's not for us to worry about. We didn't take that action. That's not on us. That's not our responsibility. You want to screw up your life? You want to make poor decisions and have bad consequences? You have every right to do that. You're an entitled person? Well, you are entitled to that. Take it. Take it on. Go for it. Do you. Do you. But do not cry. Don't cry when the consequences show up. When karma shows up, don't be crying. Because you were hell-bent on getting what you want. And you'll do whatever to whoever to get it. So we can't be taking on someone else's stuff if they to get it. So we can't be taking on someone else's stuff. If they catch a case and they lose their job, there's no remorse from this person. So if there's ever going to be healing or change, improvement, it'll be a while. It'll be a while for for this energy to like move into that direction. This person needs boundaries. And this type of person, they don't respect boundaries, okay? So boundaries mean involving legal consequences for your protection and for their accountability. That's what you need that in this situation. You may have an interest in looking into universal laws. I'm hearing what goes around comes around. Some people don't believe in karma. I was telling the person, actually, now I won't get into that. Okay. I'm aware that there are people who watch me for reasons. It's to get information. And so I have to be careful and watch what some things that I say. You might be dealing with someone who has kids or is responsible, a caregiver, something like that for children, and they're neglecting children. I also take this as pets. Some of us, our pets are our children. So they don't care if you're vulnerable. That benefits them. Okay. So this, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been cards I've looked at I haven't taken, and I haven't taken those because it keeps like aligning with this other energy. I don't know. I don't really want to like mix these two things right now. So I'm just going to put this over here, but we have go on a date with them. Someone here, you weren't what I expected. Go on a date with them. There's been other cards that have shown up in here, and it's talking about that I haven't like brought into this, but it's basically like they think you're very attractive. They may think of doing physical stuff with you. Now, I don't know if this is like a separate energy or if this is someone connected, but oh, your boss wants to bang you, okay? Okay. I'm starting to feel like this energy could have that offer, could have one of these offers could be connected to this energy. So your boss, there's someone around you that has some type of like, they're in some kind of like authoritative position. And they, you know, some companies you can't like date your boss. You can't, I mean, probably most, all, whatever. But I don't, tell me more about that, I guess. Oh, someone might give you a creepy vibe. I don't, tell me more about that, I guess. Oh, someone might give you a creepy vibe. This might be your boss who gives you a creepy vibe. Okay, so hopefully that's, and somebody might wear sunglasses at odd times, okay? Me personally, I definitely don't trust that. I mean, you know, you walk inside, you don't take your sunglasses off, you know, you're talking to someone, but you go back out into the, you know, outside within like, you know, 10-15 minutes. That's not unusual. But you come inside and your glasses are on, your sunglasses are on an hour later. Yeah, no, there's something. Like, there's something that, so someone could have, someone could be a daddy's girl, and you could also be dealing with someone who's had issues, like daddy issues, okay? And they wanted to be a daddy's girl. They probably had some kind of something with their father, so father issues, you know, there's a whole lot of different things that could fall under that, but father issues that are unhealed, and you may be a daddy's girl. So that can mean a few different things. Oh man. So that can mean a few different things. Oh man, do they lie? That's what I'm talking about. Somebody who doesn't play fair. They don't play fair. They don't play fair. We even had, where is it? We even had the thing about cheating here. Oh, this person might also be an alcoholic. I'm actually going to turn these over and see if, okay, they could have been in a car accident, so they might have car damage, they could have lost their license, anything like that, car accident. Some of these cards have things written on both sides, and right now I just feel like I need to turn them all over to see if there's any other things. So we do have hacked your phone or cloned your phone. I read that earlier. Someone may have tattoo sleeves, and they could have missing visible teeth. Somebody with missing visible teeth. So the cops have been lied to. The cops have been lied to. And whoever this is, they will be infamous. So, it doesn't mean that, like, the world's gonna know of them or your country's gonna know of them or whatever, but, like, this could be someone who's got a bad reputation already. Someone who's known, maybe, like, in some cases, someone may be known as a hothead. And different people have got different stories about this to back it up. Like, oh yeah, so-and-so, they're definitely a hothead. Remember the time, blah, blah, blah. And, oh, well, yeah, and I remember this time too. Like, this is a person, they have created their own reputation. They have created their own reputation and is pretty much the opposite of what they are trying to present. Nobody's buying it anymore, especially because they haven't been taking care of their serious mental issues. Especially because they haven't been taking care of their serious mental issues. They are out of control. They lie. They're using emotions to manipulate. So people are they're not buying into this. What else do we have on the back? Like I said, there is danger for some people, or it may feel like a dangerous situation. Someone could be originally from 2 to 3 states away from where you live, in whatever direction. So your surrounding states, someone could be there. So someone may have had relations with one of your exes. They may have had relations with one of your exes. Your landlord could be involved in this. You may need to contact your landlord. Like in my situation last night, when she kept threatening to unalive me, I had to call her partner, who is my landlord, and I was like, are you please coming back? Because the cops, I told them, they came, they talked to her, I'm still locked in the room, she's telling me she's going to unalive me, and I need to stop being scared of her, and she's trying to come, like, open the door of my room, and my dog and I are hiding in the room. And I had to contact the partner. I'm like, are you coming back? Please? Are you coming back? Because this isn't safe, I feel like if you're resonating with this energy, you are probably someone who is underestimated. It says it's to your benefit. It's to your benefit to be underestimated. It is. It is. Let them do these things. Allow them to do these things. They're being allowed to do these things. There is a lesson, many lessons. This person, these people, they don't want to face it. They are resisting to the nth degree. It's crazy, right? So you may really shock people with your actions and decisions, which now I'm letting you know it really could cause like them to react in a bad way. Now I'm letting you know it really could cause like them to react in a bad way. They're being allowed for that to happen. They're being allowed for that to happen. Maybe this person is supposed to catch a case. Maybe this person is going to be exposed. Maybe this person is going to lose whatever support they've got, that's helping them kind of mess with you or whatever. I don't know. But allow those things to happen. Please don't share with people if you have if you have your own plan you're putting together, unless you are reaching out to someone who is safe to help you execute a plan and you know that they are safe, please don't share information about whatever you're putting together for yourself to remove yourself from the situation, because there are people, they could be trying to pay attention. They could be trying to get people to get close to you, to pay attention, to want you to talk, right? They might act like they're, giving you support and stuff like that. But you let a little bit out, that could go back to the wrong person, and it could throw a wrench in your, let people underestimate you. I don't get like this egoic energy from the collective. So I feel like you're fine with that. You're totally fine. If they think you're stupid, you're not like offended, like, oh, who are you going to call me stupid? I don't get that at all. I don't. Even if you did feel like that, what I don't pick up, I'm not picking up that you're going to show that you're going to like do something about it, take action. Okay, someone is too interested in others' children. This could also be pets. That's interesting because we have neglects kids. So someone is too interested in kids and somebody is neglecting kids. Or pets, okay? Or pets. Maybe, you shared a dog, a cat, a bird, something with somebody. And, like, they're like, we need to, like, we share custody, or, I don't even know. I don't know if this is something else, like a future plan that they're going to try to come up with. I'm going to get into some, they manipulated this result. Yes. Okay. So, like, in my situation last night when the police were called, this person was telling them things, they were telling the police that things had happened that didn't happen. Things were said that weren't said. And at one point, myself and their partner were waiting for the police to show up because we were told by this person they called the police and we're going to get in trouble and we're getting kicked out. This person doesn't even own this house, but they believed they were going to remove the owner and me, which didn't happen. They actually ended up leaving in the middle of the night. They too were not removed, unfortunately, but this was like a manufactured crisis. This person got drunk throughout the day. They were claiming they were being abused. It wasn't happening. They tried to get my pity. They didn't get my pity. They got me being real honest. Pity. They didn't get my pity. They got me being real honest and direct and letting them know that resisting a needed change is only creating all of this chaos, stress, tension, and it's not helping. And the fact that this person won't stop resisting means when this actually takes place, when the action happens that you weren't willing to take, it's going to be so much worse and so much more uncomfortable than you think it's going to be. So you're doing yourself absolutely no favors by resisting what your intuition is telling you. You're doing yourself zero favors. So they manipulated the situation to then be a victim and retaliate against the people who were not buying into this charade. So now we have hell to pay for it. this person, like I just said, they are working against their intuition. If you are around somebody who consistently and continuously doesn't do what they need to do, and you have heard them say they need to do certain things, and they may say, well, I can't, I don't have this, and I don't have that, and I can't do it, and I'm trapped, and they won't let me. Okay, that is a red flag. Pay attention, okay? It's a red flag. Things aren't going to go smoothly. The energy is not going to be right. Pay attention to things like that. Excuse me. So, 1 second. Okay, I have a deck with some names. So I will pull names. Actually, let me see something. Okay. Actually, let me see something. Okay. Before I get to the names, let me get the tea. I find it. The heck? I have all my cards in my bag because I was supposed to go to work. If you're paying attention to what's going on with like the United States and ICE, I live in Minnesota. I work in Minneapolis, and we had a bunch of ICE agents sent to Minneapolis to go after Somalis, probably Mexicans, and I ride the bus through Somali and Mexican neighborhoods to get to work. Today, someone I don't know if they got pulled over. I saw it on the news when I went to the store like an hour or so ago, but someone was unalived today in Minneapolis because I guess they didn't get out of their car, or they were trying to get them out of their car, so they were shot and unalived. I'm freaked out about going to work. I wonder if they're going to stop our city buses and come on the bus, and so I'm really trying to figure out, am I going to like not go back to work or what? Because I don't have a car right now. So anyway, it prompted me to do a video because the energy was just like really intense and not going away. So I needed to bring some message, and that's what we're doing here. I'm not answering questions right now. I'm doing a general message. We have someone who has there's a situation with a stolen inheritance, a plot to unalive someone. It could involve opioids or fentanyl. A sibling, possibly a sister, is involved. Someone's been hiding evidence, falsifying documents. They have lied to law enforcement. I have multiple energies here. So right now I have at least 3 or 4 different people. There's someone who has father issues. There could be a sibling. There could possibly be like an ex that may want you back. There could be someone that you work for that has kind of like ulterior motives, like they want to get close to you. I feel has kind of like ulterior motives, like they want to get close to you. I feel like it's more of like a physical thing. They could be attracted to you. There could be children involved with some of you guys. There could be children involved. Someone's either too interested in kids or neglecting kids. They could be doing both. Here's an example. Someone that pays too much attention to kids, you may want to explore why. But someone who would mistreat a child will neglect them. Okay, so they may give them too much attention that doesn't seem appropriate. That is, what am I trying to, I just used the word. That's having bad intentions, okay? Someone who's too interested is probably someone who doesn't have good intentions. Okay, so if someone's willing to mistreat a child by giving them too much inappropriate attention, then they also feel this child is like disposable. Okay? They're like the rag they wipe themselves off with. Okay? This is how they would view like children, because they're showing too much inappropriate attention for a child, and you'll see an inconsistency, because then they like don't want anything to do with the child. Like, I already got what I need from you, so leave me alone. So there is someone, then they like don't want anything to do with the child. Like, I already got what I need from you, so leave me alone. So there is someone who, and it could be a female, too interested in others' kids and neglects them. Now, let's say there's no kids, okay? Let's say you have a neighbor and they're too interested in your dog, okay? They're, oh, your dog's always outside. Your dog is doing that. Hey, don't worry about my dog. But they might mistreat animals too. It says neglect. I take that as a form of mistreatment. It doesn't have to be neglect, okay? So someone's inconsistent with how they're treating children or pets. Someone that's like more vulnerable. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so let's get some more specific details if we can. Can we get some specific, any okay. So, just to start, someone is spying, okay? They are spying. We have dirty offer again. And see how they're digging their hands in there? It's because they don't want to, they want to hang on to your energy. Dirty offer or bribe. A dirty offer or bribe. It may not be presented that way. It may be presented as, you know, oh, I see, you know, you need a little extra help. Let me help you out. I know you're in a, you know, a bad situation. Something like that. Or, hey, if I give you this, you know, break, or if I help you out in this way, maybe you could help me out in this other way, you know, type of thing. And you're like, well, I just weigh it out, okay? Weigh it out, check the facts, Don't sign anything. We have check the facts and do not sign. So this person is in their ego, definitely. Very emotional, playing the victim, how that branch is slumped over. It's like, oh, woe is me. Oh, poor slumped over. It's like, oh, woe is me. Oh, poor me. This is how that person is like acting. Poor me. They're very emotional. It might be someone who's like up late at night. You are, oh, yeah, okay, hold on a second. You're too busy winning. When you separate, when you move away from this energy, you're gonna be too busy winning. I mean, things are probably going all right for you right now, but it's definitely, this energy is definitely slowing things down for you. I don't know why my dog is looking at something in the corner. You're doing well. Hustling, you're doing well. You're focused on your work, a project, finances, something like that. You're, building a foundation. And this person could be envious. They're trying to find out what you've got going on. But they have bad karma. They have bad karma. And it is in your best interest to release yourself from this energy, from this person, this situation. If it's a contract, whether it's a physical or spiritual contract, a verbal contract, I mean, if you cannot or you will not let this go, you are tied to their bad karma. You are taking on their bad karma. They would love that, by the way, because they don't even want to experience it. They don't believe that they deserve that. We also have moving. We have moving. We have move away. Time for you to leave. Not coming back. I mean, I don't know how much more, you can be told. You may need to contact the landlord. You might need to get out of a lease. You may need to let them know if you need to put some kind of boundary in place, a legal boundary. You may need to let them know that you've done that. So if they see this person coming around, someone will call the authorities. Someone will take some action. There could be someone who's from 2 to 3 states away from where you're at that's also involved. They're definitely talking a bunch of crap because they've already begun the smear campaign. That's probably what they're busy doing today in my situation. They want a girl fight, or they just want to argue to fight. Busy doing today in my situation. They want a girl fight, or they just want to argue to fight. This is someone who compares themselves to others a lot. They compare themselves to where they believe they should be. This is someone who, when you don't do what they demand, you are their enemy. You are absolutely against them and you are their enemy. So therefore, you deserve to be destroyed. You deserve anything you've worked for to be dismantled. Because how dare you go against me? I'm innocent. George, stop. I'm innocent. I'm a victim. How are you gonna go against me? This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. It's an image. I feel like the image has definite cracks in it. People are choosing not to see. They're choosing. Okay? That could also be why they wear sunglasses at odd times. So what else I get from this is not physically wearing sunglasses, like inside or on a cloudy day or at night. This could also be that when something is so obvious and blatant, when someone is effing around right in their face, they turn a blind eye. They act like they don't see it. That's the worst time to do that. All it is doing is allowing someone, it's like, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to act like I don't see you walking up with this full container of gasoline, a 5-gallon thing of gasoline, and you're going to like pour it on this fire that's already going. I'm going to turn around and pretend I don't see this. That's really weird. Why would you do that? I mean, there could actually be different reasons why that's happening. Either these two people are trying to make a situation very uncomfortable for someone, or they simply don't want to deal. They simply don't want or don't know how to deal with it. They might even themselves have things that they know that they've done themselves, they are guilty of, and don't really want that image to be out. So the less they point fingers and hold someone else accountable, the chances are that person isn't then going to expose the person who is turning the blind eye, if that makes sense. Interesting. Okay. This person's always partying. We have multiple people here, so they're not someone who just, we have alcoholic, but this is someone who's probably not just sitting at home by themselves. They're being enabled. So this is someone who's got enablers around them to continue partying. Sometimes, even though, let's say someone is an alcoholic and their disease has progressed a lot, and they can't just drink and have fun anymore. Whenever they drink alcohol, it's going to turn into a nightmare, okay? But they have these enablers around them, and these enablers have their own things going on too that they aren't addressing, their own addictions, right? And sometimes people will not really, they'll enable, because unfortunately, and this is a really sad thing, but some people are like, well, if they continue to look like the mess they are, I actually look better. I don't look so bad because this person looks really bad. So I don't look so bad. Now, you take this person away, now the focus is going to be on me and what I'm doing. I don't really want that. So I may be surrounding myself with other people who have issues with their addictions that are out of control. This one person who's turning their blind eye may be able to, they may be able to keep that illusion going a little bit better than someone who's totally out of control. This person could also be a divination abuser. So we do have using dark magic to manipulate. We have, excuse me, the dark magic to manipulate. We have, excuse me, they manipulated this result, okay? We have I will never cheat. That cheating is a form of manipulation. And when someone says they're never gonna do it, it probably means you already been doing it. The person lies, probably means you already been doing it. The person lies. I thought there was something else. Okay, well, they've cried over your absence. I feel like they're using emotional manipulation to try to keep you connected to them. This person is going to do what they can to win. They believe this is a war. They believe it's a competition. How dare you go against them? Now they are focused on you. And so they want to find stuff on you to be able to present so that you get into some type of a trouble. They feed off. So again, we have the energy vampire right here. Again, we have steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, a cheater. So again, this is like the same. It's just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. It's just confirmation after confirmation after confirmation. They hold grudges. And you have 3 people here. So we have love on the brain. So this is someone who you could have even either been in a relationship, or this could be someone who has a lot of things that they need to focus on in life, and instead they'd rather be like this. They'd rather not be responsible, not do the things they need to focus on, you know. They just want to daydream. This could be a Pisces. This could be a Pisces that's holding a grudge. Somebody who wants you back. A karmic friend. They may try to contact you and say, I can't replace you. Well, just curious then. They may try to contact you and say, I can't replace you. Well, just curious then why you would gamble. Why would you gamble loyalty? Why would you gamble true, like, you know, someone who has like genuine care for you? This person, these people don't have remorse. They want to win at all costs. They're willing to gamble your connection. They're willing to gamble. They're gonna lose, okay? But they are willing to risk it. If you were part of their support system, They're going to make you feel like you're worthless. You're nothing. You don't have anything to offer me. So they're willing, because it makes them feel better to make you feel bad. They're willing to do that, to punish you for not giving in to them. They're willing to do that. Well, when they lose you, they need to accept that. They need to be a gracious loser. Not a sore loser, a gracious one. Because you're entitled to do what you want, right? You feel you're entitled. I can treat people how I want to when they don't want to be, when they don't want to act, they don't want to get in line. Well, I mean, to them, it's totally justified. Like, it's completely justified. Like if they came over and they literally wanted you to like stand in a certain spot and you wouldn't do it, and they walked over and they're like, I mean, I'm gonna have to beat you with a stick for you to get in line. So you can do it the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. But either way, you need to get in line. And you're just like, no. So they're like, okay, well, when I beat you, don't come after me. What did you expect me to do? You need to like do what I'm telling you. Like, I need your help. Who are you to refuse me? I can treat you any way I want to get you to do what I want. And you can't come after me for that. What are you talking about? Like, this is fucking crazy, 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 crazy. They could be creating fake accounts. So you probably have blocked this person, and they're going to try to find their other ways in. They don't respect boundaries. They're going to hide their identity because they want to find out things about you because they think they're going to take you down. This is somebody, they ain't got nothing going on. Their foundation, meaning their self, who they are, there are cracks in their foundation. The person, there are cracks. It came from long ago. I feel this is something that is like, this is old stuff that they have not dealt with. This goes back to like their roots, okay? This goes back to dealt with. This goes back to like their roots, okay? This goes back to their roots. This person, it's like, it's just ground. It's just the earth. This goes, it's like, it's just ground. It's just the earth. This goes, where is it? This, their foundation is cracking. Their mask is falling off. People see. You're not bothered. Like, you could be annoyed that you have to deal with this. This is probably a situation that you've been through before, or it's very similar. You may have thought, Jesus, I thought this was like in my past. Well, it isn't. Because if there's other people involved, well, there are other people involved. There could be someone, like, you could be there because you've been through this already, and now you're meant to urge people to take action. You're meant to be support while someone does this. Because you've been through it. So you were put there for a reason. You were put in that situation for a reason, even though you've put this in your past. You're not stuck in this situation. Someone else is stuck in this situation. That's for some people. It might not be for everybody. Some people that are watching are stuck in this situation. Others are this is like, well, there's different things going on. So like, I feel some of it has to do with you, and then some of it has to do with this other person who won't take accountability. So then they're going to retaliate against you because you wouldn't help them go after someone or something like that. You wouldn't do what they want. So now you're going to be a target for this person. They're bringing legal issues on to themselves. That's okay. It's supposed to happen. You see, there's balance coming. Balance coming. This person, these people have bad karma. So you have justice coming, okay? This person is broke. They're played out. They know it because people don't want to play with them anymore. They don't want to mess with them anymore. People are ignoring them because they're a drama starter. They're being ignored. It's like a child throwing a temper tantrum. Some people do not do anything about that. And then we have grown-ups who throw temper tantrums. Other people don't play that way. They nip that crap in the bud when it happens. And they say, look, like I did with my kid, you have a right to feel how you feel. And I'm not saying stop crying. And I'm not saying, don't feel sad or you shouldn't feel this. No, you can feel any way. Like, it's right. How you feel, I'm not saying it's wrong. But if you think that you're going to disrupt the entire house by screaming and throwing things and stomping and whatever, no. That won't be allowed. You have a room with a door. Go take time for yourself and get that out. But disrupting people and thinking we gotta sit here and tiptoe around you because of how that ain't gonna happen. That's not how the real world works. Because I don't want you to grow up thinking that everyone's gotta fall in line and be scared because you're on a rampage because you didn't get your way. Absolutely not. Well, these people were not disciplined. These people were not told this won't be tolerated. They were allowed to do this. For different reasons, this occurred. Sometimes things happen to kids. Parents feel guilty. They don't take care of this stuff. Trauma never gets healed. Other times maybe a parent is absent or a parent, whether they have to be because they have to work, or maybe they have their own issues going on. So mentally they're checked out, they're physically there, but they're not dealing with what's going on. I mean, there's many reasons why people get to this point as an adult where they're unhinged, entitled, retaliatory. Ain't your mama. And I don't play that way. You don't get my pity. You don't get my compassion. You're going to abuse me. You're going to call me horrible things. You're going to threaten me with homelessness in the winter. In like one of the coldest states. We're close to Canada. You want to have law enforcement come over and threaten to put me outside, which they didn't, but you wanted that to happen. You wanted me and my dog with no vehicle to be put out on the street in Minnesota in the frickin' winter because I wouldn't do something that's like, I think it's illegal to report a crime that I didn't witness or claim details that I wasn't even present for. Like, you're going to threaten me? I I'm not even trying to get you in trouble. Like, you could get in trouble for that. Like, I don't even want you to get in trouble, and you're trying to, like, blackmail me into doing something. And if I don't now, I have hell to pay for it. That is insane. Insane. You are ignoring. You are unbothered. She's got an orange swimsuit on. It might be triggering your emotions. You're not acting on your emotions. You're not wallowing. You're not sitting there like festering. This other person is, with the orange jumpsuit. You are, rest assured, justice is coming. The scales will be balanced. Assured, justice is coming. The scales will be balanced. Fairness will happen for your benefit. Fairness will happen for your benefit, because someone doesn't want to be held accountable. They don't want to face their karma. So they're going to be threatening. They may use things like scarcity tactics, homelessness. Oh, I'm going to mess with your job. Then that's going to mess with your money. It could be, I have nowhere to go. You can't put me out. How could you do that? I have nowhere to go. It doesn't matter that you have nowhere to go if you get put out, but I have nowhere to go. And who would harm me? Like, I'm vulnerable. I'm a victim. People are mean to me. Like, you're mean to me. That's why I told you that I'm going to tell the police to put you out. But why would you put me out? I was like, I'm defending myself because I'm a victim. What? Now they're running. They're running away from their emotions. They could be running away in general. There's a city back here. They could be trying to run away from accountability. Yeah. Child services, kids at risk of being taken or is about to, reporting something, neglect, abuse. Here we are again with these kids. Someone too interested in someone else's children or pets. They neglect children or pets, so they mistreat them. That could be they don't feed them. They don't let them out. They don't change their diaper. They don't take them on a walk. They don't take them to school. They don't take them to the doctor. Maybe your dog wants to come over and cuddle and, you're like, get away from me. Or your kid, wants to be close. Get away from me. Someone else's kids. So they may not have a kid or a pet of their own. Watch how they're treating others, kids or pets around them. So they could be threatening to get someone in some type of trouble and then have a dog, a cat, a kid removed, something like that. You could share custody of something, with someone, with this person, and they're gonna maybe file some type of a report. They're gonna do something to try to take that. Like in my situation, this person kept telling me that I would leave, but I want the dog. Okay, this dog is like 10 years old. These people have been together for 2 years. That means someone owned this dog for 8 years before your butt ever came around. And now you're talking about how you want to take their dog. You can't even take care of yourself. And you want You want to take someone's pet. I've seen this person neglect this pet. They're screaming, they're terrorizing throughout the house. The animals are running around. That one, because mine is with me, but the other one that's up there is running around. I mean, you know, it's scary. It's scary for animals to be around that kind of stuff. It's scary. And then they don't get comfort afterwards. It's sad. It's really sad, you know? I bring them down to be with me and my dog, but that's sad. And then this person wants to say, well, I should have it. I should have it. No, you're trying to hurt someone, and you're using someone who's vulnerable. In this case, it's a pet. You're using them as a weapon to hurt someone. So now where I'm at, I am, besides the crap going on in Minneapolis with ICE and fearful of, you know, the travel I gotta go for work, here I'm a little concerned for my pet, because this person is trying to hurt people. This person is intentionally looking to hurt others, intentionally to be cruel to others, because they're running from their feelings. They're holding a grudge and they're running from their feelings. So you may be putting on kind of a front. This may be something that, you know, you are being asked to do right now, to kind of not let someone, don't give them the satisfaction, even if something is emotionally triggering you. You may be asked to just kind of not put on a happy face, but, you know, maybe a poker face. They don't need the satisfaction. They don't need to siphon that energy. They may also be trying to come off very innocent. There could be other people that are involved, and they could be putting on these fake smiles like, yep, everything's okay. I don't know if these people are in denial or they're just like very uncomfortable, you know, in this type of situation. Somebody, okay, so we have dusted off and we have hiding evidence. Falsified documents. Someone is trying, I forgot about this one. Someone is trying to cover up some type of evidence to protect a pedo. That's what I was talking, I forgot about that card, that it came out really early on, and that's what I was describing when I said if someone's too interested in someone else's kids, it's probably because there's inappropriate stuff going on. But then with the neglect, someone might think, well, but they're probably giving a kid too much going on. But then with the neglect, someone might think, well, but they're probably giving a kid too much attention. That's the opposite of neglect. So then don't hear neglect like they're like literally leaving this person alone. Neglect is a form of mistreatment. So someone is giving too much attention to someone else's children or child, which is not appropriate. And the reason they're doing it is because they want to mistreat this child or pet. They want to mistreat them. Somebody is at risk of having authorities looking into a situation and someone else is trying to cover up and protect a person situation, and someone else is trying to cover up and protect a person who might be facing this. Why are you doing that? Why is someone trying to cover up and protect somebody who's mistreating kids? Why would you be doing that? This is someone is involved who's marrying, they married for money, or there's someone who wants to attach to people who their finances are just better. You know, maybe they have like a good job, or maybe they have like a certification, a license, something where, you know, like say someone is a doctor, or say someone has their own business. There's something where they want to be linked and connected to people of like a higher status, people who they feel they can kind of like use to like step up, to level up. You know, some people actually fall in love with a person who maybe is, you know, in a higher economic status, a social status. Some people actually fall in love, have a relationship, and they level up. It's like a natural, like, level up, right? Other people seek these people out. They target these people. I have to ignore this. I don't know who this is calling me. I'm just going to ignore it for right now. Sorry, I'm going to turn down the volume. I usually have this on silent. I needed to, sorry, I